huge fan of college football, and namely the Ohio State Buckeyes here in the great state of Ohio. I've been a Buckeye fan, my entire life, and I am immersed constantly in off-season channels on YouTube about recruits and who's Ohio State landing and who's Georgia getting and where's Bama at, and apparently LSU is better than Ohio State all of a sudden. Bullshit. But I'm a fanatic when it comes to college football and my home state team, Ohio State. So if you're watching this and you're a Team Up North State fan, I'm sure I'll see you in the comment section. I certainly have thoughts about the last 2 years. I've got a ton of friends that are Michigan fans, and I have dogged them for the better part of the last decade and a half, and the last 2 years have been tough. They've been tough, for sure. And I've got a lot of thoughts about what happened last year and the year before, and I think they're the same thing perpetually. But that's a whole nother video as far as talking about that. But the whole idea of starting a YouTube channel and putting myself out there and being a fan and giving my take on things, college football, primarily Ohio State related, is because I want to connect with people. I'm immersed in shows like Menace to Sports with Zach Smith and Chris Drew, and The Podcast with Austin Ward and Jeremy Birmingham and Bill Landis, and now Doug, right? Love that show. Absolutely love the Buckeye Scoop, Buckeye World Order. Just caught the Best Damn Media channel, so I'm like always catching it, but I want to be in the conversation. I could talk about it constantly and forever. But I don't know these people, so I'm always in the comment section, always catching the lives, interacting that way, but it just doesn't feel the same. I want to be conversating and reaching out and creating discourse. My brothers are big fans, but not quite the same level of fandom that I have. And my wife will tell you that I am probably the most annoying person on game day, and really throughout the entire season, because it's pretty much outside of other things going on, always on my mind. So yeah, so I was hoping to connect with some other Buckeye fans and give my take on things and really just try to experience this next season in a new way, if for nothing else than to just have fun with other Ohio State fans and college football fans, so just plan on covering topics that interest me, things that maybe at some point people, watchers of the show, either email into me that we could cover, doing live shows, live reactions, things like that. Again, just a fun way to experience this year's college football season. And so today's topic I want to talk about is really what's on every Buckeye fan's mind right now, which is the QB battle. Who's it going to be? Devin Brown, mobile, right? It's got some spunk. He's competitive. Kyle McCord, who's been in the program longer, has some more experience. Both highly touted athletes, 4 or 5-star recruits. Kyle spelled CJ Stroud, number 2 pick in the NFL, draft last year, which I have some thoughts on as far as when he spelled him and how he was allowed to spell him and why that might have been. We got Devin Brown, who by all accounts is just more mobile, and either way, it's neck and neck, and we don't have a quarterback yet, and the season starts soon, so we got to talk about this, right? Because this is really exciting. I always love when a new quarterback starts at Ohio State, because you really don't know what the team's ceiling is until you get to see who's going to be manning the ship, behind the steering wheel. right? CJ Stroud, I think I heard a million times that he had a Lamborghini and all he had to do is make sure that he didn't crash it when Justin Fields went off to the draft. And I think they're kind of in the same situation, except this is the newest, most premium Lamborghini out there. I don't think Ohio State has ever quite had the amount of depth and talent, top end talent, blue chip talent in the 4 or 5 star range like this since I've been a fan, honestly. And the only thing that I think they've really missed out on as far as getting over the top is that what I think differentiates the two candidates right now. And it's that like it factor. It's that burning desire, moxie, spunk, competitive, not afraid to say it to your face, doesn't care if you don't believe him because he's going to prove you wrong type. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, moxie. It's so hard. It factor, right? And everyone knows that person that has it, that has that it factor, right? That's got it just beams out of them. And you know, and I really came to my conclusion about the QB battle. I think I posted something, took it down a while ago about Devin Brown being the starting quarterback earlier in the summer. And it was after I'd heard Zach Smith say it. And some of the things that he had mentioned and listening to different pressers and the tea leaves and different nuggets along the way, but also just, and really the biggest thing, the biggest decider for me as a fan, again, I'm not in the Woody, right? I'm not an ex-coach. I don't have any sort of expertise. I'm a fan. The show's called Fan Takes, right? So it's my take as a fan. But when you watch their pressers and you look at Kyle McCord, his body language, how he speaks to the media, is he smiling? Is he energetic? Like, what's his vibe? Compared to when you watch Devin Brown. And I think that, I don't know which video it was, Letterman Row, as well as, well, the podcast does it too. Oh, geez, I don't know. But either way, coverage of the pressers, that's where I catch them, right? They do great things, like getting that stuff out to us so we can see. But when you watch the two, Devin looks like he knows he has the starting job. And Kyle looks disappointed. I actually posted that on someone's video. I don't know whose it was on YouTube, but I posted it. I commented on it, rather. And I got some pushback on that. But the other thing I said was there was something peculiar that Devin had said about his injury and being out. And one thing he said that I think is open to interpretation, feel free to leave your opinion in the comment section, but he said, what did he say? While he was out, he didn't want to lose his edge. And I took that as he knew he was ahead and didn't want to have that edge, dissipate and for Kyle to catch up while he was injured. Because I think I read something about him, really coming back quickly and it really not affecting him too much. But he said he didn't want to lose his edge. And in the comment section, someone said that I was taking it out of context and he just meant that he didn't want to lose the fire of the competition. And maybe so. But I'm telling you, man, you can kind of tell a lot about what's going on up top with someone. If you put them in front of a lot of people, ask them questions and look at how they respond. And maybe it's just a blind arrogance for Devin, even though we've heard he's kicking ass, right? Maybe it's just the demeanor of the natural demeanor of Kyle McCord. I don't know. But here's what I'll tell you. I want the guy that's going to get the job done. I want the guy that burns so bright, is so damn competitive, wants the Heisman. I want the guy that wants the Heisman. Believe it or not, I want the dude that says it out loud that he wants the Heisman. Every single time someone's asked about the Heisman, at least if it's an Ohio State quarterback, They don't care. Or they do, so long as the team accomplishes the goal. And I think that's great. Don't get me wrong. I've worked in business, I've been in leadership, I understand the importance of culture and making sure that, because nothing is done alone. Anything of significance has multiple people. I understand it's a team, but and awards come along the way if you focus on that. But damn it, I want the dude that says, no, fuck that. I want the Heisman. I'm going out to win the Heisman. Ohio State's going to win the Nat. Period. We're beating that team up north. We're shutting up J.J. McCarthy. We're shutting up Jim Harbaugh. We're shutting up the SEC. They were 1 point away. And they're more talented now. If they pick the right QB, I think Ohio State's winning a national championship. 1, maybe 2 in the next 2 years. And the starting quarterback is what makes that happen. Now, I understand the methodology of keeping it close, keeping it hush, to keep everyone engaged as it relates to their development together, the cohesion going into the first game, making sure you have a quality backup. Like, I get all that. Absolutely. So I'm not faulting Ryan Day at all. I'm just giving you my take as a fan, in that it's the Devin Brown is going to be the starting quarterback. I want the guy that reminds me of Joe Burrow at Ohio State. I want the guy that sees the Ferrari, or the Lambo rather, right? And says, how fast can this bitch go? Not the guy that gets in and it's like trembling with the foot pedal, right? Is checking his mirrors like 700 times before he starts the car. If you've been in a sports car like that, it's pretty startling when they start. They're real loud, right? But you want the guy that wants to push the limits. Because, like, what do we have to lose? Ohio State's lost to Michigan the last 2 years. Yeah, it sucks, but with the landscape, the way things are changing, the expanded playoff, how much bigger the Big Ten is going to be. Like, yeah, you want to beat Michigan. We always want to beat that team. Oh, I hate that team. I was live when JT went down and Dwayne went in and he won the game for us. So it was me, my wife, and 3 colleagues of mine. All 3 of them are Michigan fans. My wife and I are obviously Ohio State fans. God rest his soul. One of those friends has passed away very young. He was a Michigan fan, but either way, I remember being up there, and I will tell you that I was glad we won that game, because if we did not win that game, I was not certain I would not make a bad decision exiting the stadium, kind of thing. And that wasn't a for sure thing the whole time. So especially when your QB goes down. So either way, my vote's Devin Brown. I think he adds the icing on the top to what is already going to be the best damn offense in the United States. Best damn offense in college football, period. No questions asked. I believe that's going to happen this year. I want the guy that wants to test the limits. If our defense is even marginally better, we're winning a national championship. 100%. Plenty of videos to come. And again, guys, I'm so excited to just kind of maybe meet some of you. Leave your comments in the comment section. Whatever you do here on the YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like the video if you like stuff like this, dislike the video if you don't like stuff like this. I don't really care, because college football is on its way, baby. I'll talk to you soon, guys.